What's going on, everyone? Hope you all are having an absolutely amazing day. King Azoulay and I are back for another trading live stream. We're going to be uncovering some currency pairs like GBP USD, GBP JPY, GBP NZD. We'll also be covering BTC as well as NASDAQ. At the moment, we have just received, or we are just waiting for USD fundamentals to come through.
Good afternoon, everyone. What is going on? What are you guys looking to buy and sell? Please type in the comment what pairs you would like us to go through.
What's up, 𝗕𝗟𝗄 Crypto? So let's just run quickly through what we have seen this week fundamentally. So on Monday, we just had some Euro news, didn't really see much impact. Yesterday, we had some news on GBP and we had some news on USD. Was pretty interesting. We saw both GBP and GBP JPY see a massive move to the downside. We've kind of been selling off for the last couple of days. The market's pretty bearish. And today we're actually looking like there's nothing from the high impact side. We don't have anything going on just yet. And then tomorrow we have Trump speaking at 2:30 a.m. So tomorrow morning at 2:30 a.m. Trump speaks. That cannot be good. And then we have USD PPI and final GDP, as well as final GDP price index and unemployment claims on Friday. So, oh, sorry, that's tomorrow on Thursday. So we should see some pretty crazy stuff happening then. I think we should see a lot of volatility stepping into the market. And yeah, let's see how tomorrow goes. But as for today, prices has been pretty crazy in the last hour or two. We've seen another move to the downside on GBP USD. What are your thoughts on the markets today?
To be honest, the market have had a massive move to the downside, especially on the PTC, and currently is just in a consolidation. And to be honest, when such thing happen, what I will do is wait for a day or two, especially there is some news. So I'll definitely wait for news to be released, and then I'll go for a buy or sell and then look to get into the market. If you don't do that, the market will punish you, even though you know the direction, the momentum for the week and everything. It happened to me this morning. I took a long on GBP JPY and I took a long on GBP AUD, even though everything lined up. But to be honest, I took a loss on each one. So it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You just need to stay out and wait for the market to really show you right direction, not a fake out, you know.
100%.
PTC USD, we currently looking to buy.
DXY up. Yeah, DXY is very up at the moment. As I've been speaking about for a while now, DXY is most likely to keep pushing. We have, if we go to the 4 hour, let's go look what's holding DXY back. So at the moment on DXY, from the 12th of May in 2025, the only thing that honestly I felt that was holding DXY back was 101,600. I think once we fill all these levels right over here at 101,750, and then we break this high over here at 101,900, I don't see DXY stopping just there. I mean, I think DXY could pump up to around 102,800 and maybe even higher. So what that means at the moment for GBP USD is I see GBP USD going down and going down for a while. I don't see any potential for GBP USD, honestly, to have any sort of bullish momentum in the next couple of days / week. We could catch some short retracements, but as for GBPUSD, it's looking super bearish, and I think what we'll see in the next couple of days is price just pump to the downside. Honestly, that is something that I have been looking at for a while now, and I think GBPUSD has been climbing, and it was climbing for a while. So the whole of April to around the 9th of May, 11th of May, we saw GBPUSD climbing, and I think at the moment it's time for GBP to have another big dump. We are in an Elliott wave on the daily, a bearish Elliott wave to the downside. Remember guys, the Elliott wave is our only predictive analysis in trading. So when everything starts lining up on the Elliott wave, something I can tell you for sure is that price is most likely to transact in that direction. So let's see how GBP holds up today. I am looking for a short-term reversal. So what I'm looking for at the moment is, let's minimize this window. Can you guys all see my chart? Is it clear? Can you guys see it properly? Just type number 1 in the chat if everything is clear on the chart side. Let me know.
Do you want to open FlowX for us?
Let's do it. One. Cool. Let's launch FlowX. Okay, cool. So what I'm looking for at the moment is, okay, we've got 50 MA. We've transacted. We had a small pump to the upside to break that 50 MA, and I thought maybe that could have been some possibility for price to move to the upside. But what we're seeing now is we've had 2 taps of this 50 MA in the last couple of hours, and now we're seeing price rarely move to the downside. So what I would like to see is I would take my fib from low to high over here at the 61.8 level, and if price keeps moving to the downside, we could see shorts a little bit lower. I just want this 4-hour candle to close. So our 4-hour candle closed bearish. Now what I would like to see is price come up maybe to the 50% of this candle. So let's take high to low. Our 50% is sitting around here. So what we could look for is a small retracement to the 38, and what price should be doing around that level is the MA should be transacting a little bit closer, and then we can look for shorts to the downside. I shorted that top of the 50 MA in London. Nice, bro. That should have been a clean short.
Look at PTC just dumping. And to be honest, it didn't have a proper rally to the upside, like at least a little pullback. We see the information is holding up nicely.
King, do you also use the Elliott wave?
Yeah, of course.
Everyone that has been in the markets for a while should be able to use the Elliott wave.
But that's top-down analysis. That's on the daily. So.
I mean, Elliott wave is something that takes days and weeks to build. So when you see an Elliott wave, it is something that you have to take into consideration, especially if you understand how it works. Because remember, guys, all of our analysis that we do is not predictive. We're not predicting the market. All we are doing is seeing where direction is most likely to go. We're building confidence at that level, and then we're looking to long or short from those levels. The only predictive analysis on the planet is the Elliott wave. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's like the Elliott wave work if you know how to use it. If you don't, it's a lot. I would say 90% out there, they don't know how to use the Elliott wave. They will get in on the A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Not at the beginning. You need to get in on the second wave until the fourth wave, and then the retail jump into the A, B, C, D, and that's when the A, B, C, D will create you the first and the second wave.
Good morning, let's get it. Morning, BPN. What's going on, my brother? Let's look at you. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I won't even lie. EU has really been moving clean at the moment. It's actually shocked me how clean EU has been. I noticed you're using the 50 MA as support, resistance, confidence. Where's the 200 MA for? I don't really use it for support and resistance confidence. The 50 MA just shows short-term direction. It shows you where price is transacting to. When we are below the 50 MA, as you guys can see, all the way down, we have transacted. Once we break, you see a small push to the upside. We come back down. We test the 50 MA. We keep transacting to the lower side. The 50 MA is just a short-term directional tool that I like to use. It can also be an additional confluence for my trades. But as you guys can see, is when price is trading below the 50 MA, it is most likely to keep going down. When we see breaks like this, is good opportunity for us to look for long. So when price broke over here, if I take you guys back, so we broke the 50 MA, but critics say every Elliott wave trader draw different wave. It is subjective. Well, if you have learned the Elliott wave and you understand it correctly, it shouldn't be subjective. And if it is, you're most likely wrong, to be honest with you. I believe that there's a very fine line with being wrong with the Elliott wave and being right, to be honest. So when you see price doing this, you're waiting now. An example is you could take low to high 61.850, and then you should see a pump to the upside. Okay, we broke again. We're still maintaining above the 61.8 level, but when price is holding our MA, we are most likely to see price keep transacting to the upside. You need to understand that it's not your main confluence for entering a trade, but it's something that you can look at, especially on the 15-minute.
It does not appear all the time. So guys, you don't really need to use the Elliott wave.
No,
it's
you don't.
just for if you want to swing and really get in and know the direction overall and just keep on scaling to one direction positions, that will be nice. Otherwise, there's no point of using the Elliott wave.
I think the Elliott wave only rarely becomes very, very helpful when, first, number one, you understand. Number two, it happens like once a year or twice a year, maybe.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I mean, it's not something that you should be entering unless you're a swing trader.
you don't enter on it.
Yeah, it's just a directional confluence. It's the only predictive analysis.
You're gonna have a 1 to 5 on the Elliott wave if you enter in on that. If you don't really have the tools to have a tighter stop loss, if you do, then you can get a 1 to 50 or 1 to 100 RR.
Of course.
But if you don't, you get in a 1 to 5. Rather get that on the 4-hour time frame.
100%. DXY big pump. Bye bye. Just short all. DX. I mean, as I just said, DXY. There's nothing holding it back. I think the only level that we could see slight rejection from is around. Just pull up DXY. I want to see.
Looking at 102 flat.
I would say, 102 flat is the only place where I could see DXY holding. At what point did you guys consider yourself professional traders? Where I feel like you can become a professional trader when it's your job. I mean, you're making money from it. Yeah.
In 2022, when I had my first 5-month profit and had like...
When you're profitable, if you're profitable and you profitable over a long period of time and you can adapt to the market.
No, 100%. Adoption to the market is very important. In my opinion, anyone... and everyone out there consider themselves a trader. What is a trader? Trader is someone that push the button, buy and sell. Yeah. But what is a real trader? A real trader is the one that knows when to stay out of the market. A real trader is the one that have psychology. A real trader is the one that have risk management. Is the one that have 5 months in a row of profits. You know these papers that I show you?
Yeah.
I always carry it in my pockets of these papers that I have of every trading day that I had for the 5 month of my first profitable 5 month. And I had every month was profitable, and then I've had like 2-3 losses max in a month, and that's when I was like, whoa, I made so much money. So yeah, 5 months, 6 months, you're making profit, you have a track record. If you ever meet someone and you want to know if they're a trader and they're bragging about trading and all of that, first of all, ask them, what's the biggest 5 banks in the world? Boom. That's the first question. They're going to be like, they're going to start stuttering. And then ask them, show me your track record. I don't care what you say. I care what you react to. Show me your track record of 6 months winning, of 6 months trading. What's your main account? Are you trading through the bank or through a broker? Because real trading is like, if you really trade in big volume, you trade in through Standard Bank. Like I personally used to use Standard Bank. And then now it's like it's way easier to do on a broker, but it's all about who you trust in, what broker you trust in.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, you know what a lot of people's problem is I think a lot of people are getting into the market way too early. For example, if I give you guys an example, I didn't touch a live account in trading until I had 6 months of profitable trading on a demo. I didn't touch when I first started, remember.
No, 100%.
I did not touch live. I think a lot of guys are getting into the market way too early. You don't understand the market whatsoever. And that's why you guys are blowing your accounts all the time.
Can you see this on Forex? This is about to dump. So guys, if we break this blue line, if like I have a sell stop on this blue line, I was looking to take a long over here, but when I saw this over here on PTC USD, when I saw this candle close like this, I was like, there's no way I'm taking a long. This is not good. This is not good. We broke the MA. Definitely not good. So if we break this, our next stop is over here. Our next stop is over here, the blue line. So from here, we're going straight here. We're not going to stop anywhere. We might be a pullback to retest, but then you know what? We are going down heavy from here. That's for PTC. So overall PTC, guys.
Can you take a look at gold, yeah? King Azoulay?
PTC. If we break this line, this is a sell stop limit for me. If we break this line, we are going lower. So we can break it a little bit of a pullback on a low time frame and then boom to the downside. So how you can enter this is that if this thing breaks and it give you a pullback, just enter on the 50% of this candle.
Is the BTC trade invalid? Did you tell them to cancel the trade?
I said wait for the 15 minutes. So if this does not break and we get an engulfing that engulf a couple of these candles, let's say a candle print inside this one and then inside of it, and then start shifting to the upside. But once I see an engulfing to the upside, then what I will do is boom, take a long of the 50% of that body and then ride it to the upside somewhere around here. 64 to be honest.
You want to take a quick look at gold? People are wanting to look at gold.
Guys, I've told you a couple of weeks ago when gold was over there. Do you remember, Thomas, when gold was at that black line over here?
Yeah.
I've told you guys our overall target is this one over here. 3948. And I said 3945, 3950 flat. So I've told you guys this is our target when the market was here. And then I've told you market need to come down and fill this gap. And it happened, and then we had a pullback, an entry over there, and then boom. And I've told you this is the momentum line for the week. And what happened is boom to the downside. So any little pullback, take a short till here, because this need to be achieved. Whether you like it or not, this line is going to be achieved. It's our weekly target. By the way, guys, we're working on the indicator to give to all of you for the daily movement. It should be out soon.
I think next week, maybe.
Yeah, maybe sooner than that.
Yeah.
We're quite busy with a lot of stuff for you guys. We're gonna give it to you on the Discord. Just remember, everything we do on here is for free.
𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗂𝗶𝗁 goes up using the stairs and goes down by jumping out the window. Why is price action like that?
It's waiting for fundamentals.
But guys, so with 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗂𝗶𝗁, you guys must understand. Again, I'm gonna explain it quickly. Is
how many likes have we got on this live so far?
I don't know. Go check, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button, because you know we come on here almost every day, give you guys live trades on the Discord as well as here. I would love for us to get at least 50 likes on this video to 100. Just smash that like button if you enjoy our content. But let's explain here quickly. Like, if you guys look at 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗂𝗶𝗁, look at this. Okay, so this over here was 16 hours. Let's take this as an example. Even 16 hours price took. So from here to here, it took us 12 hours and 15 minutes to move up that far. Now, if you understand basic time-based moving, if you see that the price is going to move to the downside a lot quicker than it's going to move to the upside. If you even look at USD/JPY, honestly, in the last week or two, I actually have not a clue what has been happening with USD/JPY. We're just seeing random, like, I mean, look at these wicks. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is in 45 minutes. We've pumped 0.5%. It's ridiculous. So you need to understand that price is going to accumulate to the upside a lot slower than it's going to move to the downside. That's just how the market works. Ooh, guys, I honestly think, let me just mark this out quick.
Are we gonna pull back hard? Are you gonna take a long in this, Thomas?
On GU?
Yeah, are you long in that thing?
I want to short it.
How about going on the live long and then into a short? Show them your skills.
Let me just delete these fibs. There's too many fibs right now.
Is the daily move, do you want to run them through the daily moves for the day?
Just give me the price movement for the day on 𝗕𝗏𝗃USD. Short BTC, yeah, we'll do now. What's it?
It's 110.
110. So we've only moved 50%.
Sell stop is active on PTC USD. Market is just smashed through that level. Unbelievable. Look at that dump on PTC USD. Over there on Forex.
We're seeing BTC fly.
It's steaming to the downside. You will see a little pullback now, and then on the pullback we can maybe profit into the downside. Market is just going to continue to the downside from now on.
I think we can look for shorts pretty soon on GU. It just makes way too much sense for me right now. DXY is absolutely flying. We should see a little pullback, test this 50, and then maybe a pump to the upside. Long BTC for me anyway, lol. You longing? Nasdaq.
So what I mean by 50% of the banks is that So basically, inside the 4-hour candle, people, the algorithms in the banks that is trading, they offload positions and they enter position on the 50% of the 4-hour candles back to back. What I mean back to back, let's say the 4-hour candle closes on the next 4 hour, they'll take 50%. It's just the algorithms, the way they work and all of that.
It's also because of the fact that at the end of the day, all these banks and institutions, they're not making money from actual positions. They're making money from facilitating transactions. So what they're doing is at the 50%, there might be another bank that wants that price because it's selling that price to someone else. So what these guys are doing is they're pumping price to that level and they're facilitating transactions at that level. So you will see reactions from the 50% on the 4-hour because of the fact that those are where levels that these banks are driving price to so that they can facilitate a transaction between a buyer and a seller. Remember, these levels, like when you see reactions off the 100 and you see reactions off the top of a sell side candle, it's because banks are facilitating transactions at that level. You must remember, banks only make their money from commissions and spreads. They don't care about. That's why they can enter massive positions all the time and not care about anything else. It really has nothing to do with where they're buying and selling. It was everything to do with where they're looking to facilitate a transaction from. Hey, King Azoulay?
I agree with you 100% on that.
And I feel like that's why people actually have the completely wrong perception on these institutions, is they think that they're driving price to that level because they're longing from there, but they're actually just facilitating a transaction at that level, and they've got people that need that buy position. So they can move the market down to that level if they want to. A lot of
banks, when they enter in a long or short, they're not really looking at technicals. The analysts in the banks, they're only looking at technicals for entries and all of that. There's no day traders that sit in there and be like, oh, there's a support here, there's a resistance here. There is a whole team in every institutional bank, in every major bank, to look at entries price. So basically they have a technical team and another technical team for looking at all economies and all of that. And then they will use technicals just to see, okay, maybe it can push for the next 2 days to the upside a bit so we can get an entry. Other than that, they just looking at economies and overall data of economies, and they have a lot of inside information of what's going on inside every government and every country and every economy. So PTC, I'm just waiting on a pullback. 61,700. That's a little bit of a turbulence area. So any pullback to the upside, I'm looking to short that baby hard. So prices to look for is, we're looking at,
show them, yeah.
So we're looking at 62,325. That's what we're looking at on PTC USD. If you guys want to short, you can short that, and yeah, enjoy the ride.
Short what?
PTC, and your stop loss, if you go to ticks, just have it at 1,900.
Tuning in from midair. On the flight, hopefully getting safely back.
What's that?
I am #1 supporter. 100%. It's Nick.
So you can take a short of 1 to 8 on PTC. This is what I'm looking for. Let me just make it nice and clean for you guys. Remember, we're currently in an area of turbulence. So the reason I'm targeting this area over here, so this is my target, is 1 to 8.5. The reason I'm targeting this is that we weakened previous 2 weeks low. So we're going to take that low, and then we're going to see a little bit of a push to the upside. But with that being said, this is my entry for PTC, hopefully, if it can give it to us, and then we're going to ride it to the downside. Other than that, I'm not looking too long. the momentum just shifted to the downside hard. So let's see if we can get that pullback. Look at that. Look at that.
It's pumping, huh?
Look at that. It's insane.
Yeah, that's true. He did actually learn a fib in a cave in Syria. He was drawing with stones in the cave, and he just figured all the numbers out in his head.
My auntie invented
The fib.
geometry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And trigonometry or no? GU's looking good. When I see a candle like this, I already know that price needs to come for this candle. I think most of us are interested how you guys learned how to trade, mentors or education somehow. The journey is always an interesting story. I think we'll do a stream where we'll speak about our journey. I think that can be something we can do if you guys are interested in that. Nasdaq. Yeah, to be honest with you, some of my short going from inherent. Let's look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is dumping. Nasdaq on that ass crack. What is the most traded pairs for you guys at the moment? What are you guys trading mostly? Type in the chat what you guys are trading mostly at the moment. Bro, kindly share BTC setup on short. Well, that's what we're doing right now, bro.
There you go. You have it.
BTC, yeah, most of you guys are BTC traders. GJ, GU, and BTC, nice.
So BTC shorts, we look into short only. I'm not interested in any longs right now.
What do you think of Dash? Absolutely nothing.
Nasdaq, what do we see on Nasdaq? Nasdaq, to be honest, I want Nasdaq to come down to 29,000 area, and then we can long it hard from there. So we see Nasdaq is going down. Let's see.
Why is that? I don't know. I don't trade shitcoins, bro. I don't even know what is Dash. I've never heard of it in my life.
Altus.
It's altcoins. I don't know, bro. We don't trade any of that garbage, to be honest with you. At that point, it has nothing to do with actual.
Look at Nasdaq
market. Yeah,
pulling to the upside.
What are your thoughts on Dash? Nothing.
Dash.
Have you heard of it?
A dashboard.
Yeah, we don't really trade. Well, we don't trade at all.
Are you guys bullish or bearish on BTC?
Yeah, let us know. Number 1, bullish. Number 2, bearish.
It's coming up nicely to give us an entry to the downside. Let's see what's going on with BTC.
Let us know if you guys are bullish or bearish. Bullish 1 and bearish 2. King, please explain your stop loss point on BTC for the possible short.
So basically, the indicator we're going to be releasing, if you join ScalpX, we're giving everything. By the way, everything we do on here is for free. So if you join the Discord, that's the only place where you are able to get the indicator. We are releasing an indicator, and it will tell you stop losses for the day. So basically, we give you the movement for the day, and then how I calculate stop loss is the movement of the day. I'll take 10% of that as my stop loss, and that's exactly what I did on BTC.
What do we use to trade both commodities and BTC? Bybit, we trade all of our currencies. They've just introduced TradFi. It should be available for 99% of you guys. Make sure to join our link so you can follow all of our trades, and make sure to join our Discord if you want to see our trades, not just live but actual setups that we post on the daily.
Look at that rally to the upside on BTC. Is there any news coming up?
Nah, only tomorrow.
Market's absolutely insane, going crazy here.
No, it's going a bit crazy right now. But yeah, Bybit is what we trade on because it offers, if you want altcoins, join the Discord multiple traders trading. Exactly. You know, not saying that you can't make money off altcoins, just we don't like to look at altcoins.
So personally, we don't trade altcoins, but we have guys in our Discord. We have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that can trade all the altcoins. They send around 100 trades a month of altcoins, and it's a quick in and out, in and out, in and out. So there is everything in our Discord. In our Discord we cover commodities, we cover a lot of all the cryptos, we cover CFDs, we cover currencies. We have people that trades everything.
Yeah, bro. Don't buy. Why would you buy a course if you can follow people for free?
Plus, if you join our webinars, which we do on a daily almost,
Yeah, it should be able to learn something.
we teach and we throw some tricks now and there.
We like to keep that like completely towards our Discord users, because you guys are the ones that are giving us daily feedback and always, you know, interacting with us on the daily. So if you guys want education, I would really like advise you guys to move over to our Discord, because we get free tips and tricks all the time. Can you turn the sound on? It's a bit low. Exactly, we do educational. I want to become like you, lol. Don't worry, brother. Anyone can trade. You just need to be able to be very, very disciplined. I think a lot of people give up way too early, and the reason that they give up is because they start trading live accounts way too early. This is a great channel, Masha Peter. Of course, brother. Of
and
course.
Trading becomes very boring when you're a good trader. Plus, also, why a lot of people fail, even though they are good traders. First of all, risk management. Second of all, over trading. And then doing the same thing over and over and over every single day. That is a killer by itself. So to be able to come and do the same thing over and over and try to adapt to the market condition every day, because if the market condition was the same, and like you guys see on the ICT and SMC bullshit, if you look at that, oh, higher high, higher low, they teach you perfect higher high, perfect lower low. But if the market was as perfect as they speak, why is not everyone a billionaire in trading? Because the market is different every single day. There's a different pattern created every single day. And then adoption is the best thing ever. That's why staying out of the market's like, oh, I don't know this pattern. Let me wait for the patterns that I know. Let me wait for the confirmations that I know. Once they appear, you have your rules, you execute with good risk management, and you have a high probability of winning.
Yeah.
Other than that, stay out. You are in a position when you're not in the market.
Can't see entry and SL on BTC. I'll give it to you right now. Entry 62,325.
So here's the plan. If you want to wait for BTC, if you don't want to enter like that, what you can do is wait for the price to reach that area, wait for an engulfing to the downside, and take the 50% of that.
Yeah.
Again, so double that thing down. And then you can 10x that shit.
100%. 10x. GU needs to just come up to our level. I mean, you could honestly... I would not long this now. I would not long G right now. Look how this 4-hour candle is looking right now. Not worth it. I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I haven't really seen that clean setups in the last day or two, to be honest. I mean, I haven't been on the markets as much as I normally am, but it just hasn't really been that keen. Like, have you seen like any setups that you've been like, this is the cleanest trade? Like, I'm so
if you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, my friend, the perfect opportunity is never gonna come.
No, but You know what I mean, bro. I'm saying the market hasn't really given us great opportunities in the last few days. It's just
no, 100%. And what do we try to do? We try to give them positions, even though the markets are horrible, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you guys, I wasn't saying to you, Thomas. Don't worry.
I was about to say.
What I was saying to you guys is that don't wait for the perfect opportunity, because the perfect opportunity is never gonna come.
Guys,
rather have strong risk management, and then boom, you got it.
Yeah, we'll. You know what? If you guys really want to see a story of how we became traders, then we'll do a stream and speak about that. But I think at the moment, what we're trying to do right now is make you guys some money. So let's hold back on that for now.
That's so cute, man. They want to know how you started trading, Thomas.
So we're seeing a little pullback on DXY. This is normal, to be honest with you. I'm not okay. This guy 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 is been asking why you have, like, give a little bit of explanation about your entry, because he says he wants you to do it like me, like explain the entry. Yeah.
Sure, I'll do that. I'm just sending the entry on the Discord.
So we're just sending the entry on the Discord so you guys can actually see it, because I know a lot of you have problems with that. Lose small, win small, and win big. Yeah. I'm not surprised, honestly. I'm not surprised that DXY is having a little bit of a hard time of pumping above this level, because if you think about it, if you go look and how I showed you guys earlier, that if we do break this, DXY is just gonna fly. I think it might honestly fly. First stop 102 flat, and then we could see anywhere between 102.200 and 102.500, and it just absolutely rip.
All right, so they want to know how I got.
Hit the like, yeah, hit the like if you haven't already, please. The likes make us happy.
How many likes have we got on this live, guys? Come on.
Yeah, how many likes have we got on this on this stream at the moment? Because King Azoulay rarely enjoys the likes. He enjoys it. It's like his best.
I sit at night after work and I look at it and I'm like,
Yeah, you start like being happy.
This is so hot.
This is so hot. Now it's done.
60 likes. Come on, guys. There's
Ooh,
like 115 over here. Guys, come on.
No.
I know you got here by pressing a button. So click that like. If I get 100 likes on this, then I will explain to you guys exactly how I'm getting the entry on PTC USD, which we just missed, to be honest, which is so bleak. And I'll explain to you how the momentum is so bearish to the downside. I'll give
J-Boy and John needs a new toothbrush, which he only gets with 200 likes. That's crazy. I don't really understand that. But
Mike, you gotta tell them they need to give me at least 100 likes. If I get that, I'm gonna show you guys exactly, and it's actually really beneficial. You can use it on every single market. I'm gonna explain to you when that pattern fails and why it fails, and then what you're most likely to expect. Look at that, Nasdaq.
Look how it fetched the MA and just ripped.
Come on, guys, we're sitting at 65. I need 100.
Damn. I feel like I just been missing Nasdaq from giving educational advice and speaking about some bullshit.
BTC, look at that, the drop to the downside, eh? It's absolutely insane.
Woo, shit.
Just, man, you can't fake this stuff.
You can't. I'm gonna quickly look at a few.
81 likes. Come on, guys.
I like that. Come on, boys. There's 100. There's 120 people on this right now. Like, we can at least get 100 likes, surely. Unless you guys, maybe they don't like it. Maybe they don't like you, you see. They've had enough. Maybe they're upset with us.
Man, this BTC short is so insane.
Like the fuck. Yeah, there we go. There's some aggression to it.
83. So we are going to see a pullback. I'm gonna start with you guys. We're gonna see a pullback. 86, guys. 14 to go. So we are gonna see a pullback right now on BTC. Reason being is that if you go to the 4 hour on BTC, I just want to show you something.
Twice. One for me and another one for the ungrateful bastard on the other screen.
Who is that?
I don't know.
BTC? So, can you guys see this line that I have there? Why do I have that line? This line, it's a very important line because if you look over here, we have this candle with no wick to the downside, which means the market need to create that wick. That's another reason for the market going to the downside. Wow, look at that 4 hour candle, man. It's insane.
No, it's actually also just absolutely.
So you will definitely see. Can you see how the candle closed on that body? It doesn't mean it need to reverse all the way. Currently we're sitting at 88 likes. When I get 100, I'm going for that little bit of education for you guys because it's actually really good. It works on every market. What is the DXY going? Does it hit you target or?
Check this, bro. What is this, bro? On BXY right now, honestly.
BXY is going to fill my gap over there.
Once we fill this gap over here, I think tomorrow we could maybe get a small pullback, and then we can short it again. Yeah, he's going 100%. Thomas, do you have an X account I can follow? I do indeed.
Thomas is very famous on X, by the way, guys.
Yeah, guys, go follow me on X. I also post a lot of my trades on that X. Let me just... Thomas, I'll go for your gap.
Wow, look at that.
I appreciate that.
A 1 to 5. Absolutely insane.
I've just dropped my...
Alright guys, come on, give me 12 more likes and then I will go explain to you guys everything.
This is BTC not going up, no problem you guys. Tell us more about wickless candles. I've dropped my X link in the...
So remember, every wick every candle need to have a wick to the downside or to the upside. Candles with no wicks, you will always see market comes and wick to it. Let me show you an example on Nasdaq.
Let me just quickly do one thing. Sorry, slow that down.
There you go, the thing. Alright, so
there's my link in the chat.
If you guys look at Nasdaq over here, right?
Go hit that follow button on that X if you guys want to see some more trades posted on X.
Look, so we have a candle with no wick to the downside. What do the market do? It goes up, it comes down. And creates a wick to the downside of that candle. So we most probably see the same thing on PTC. So if you go to PTC, 91 likes, 9 to go. So PTC, you gotta understand where is the market is going, right? Let me delete that for a second. So on weekly, what I did was I have the weekly low over here, right? That was last week low. This one over here. So all the blue lines are my weekly lows. With that being said, the weekly low was taken out yesterday. Can you guys all see my screen? Is it clear? So the weekly low was taken out yesterday. All right. And then market pulled to the upside. Now, the market usually make either head and shoulders. On the third touch, it always goes down. So what I did was I adjusted it to over here. And then this can go as a sell stop. The reason I adjusted is because, and I have this green line, is because it can come and make a head and shoulders. The right shoulder can be over here and then just shoot to the upside. So let's say this is our weekly low over here, right? Market comes down. Market come down. It takes it pulls up, takes it out, right? Now, the weekly line is taken out. Market pulls up. Market comes down. It make a head and shoulders. And then, boom, market goes to the upside. So this is the option you have, all right? So what we did is that we adjusted this line over here because we know it can create head and shoulders. But then in the other scenario is that we have a weekly low over here.
Gold.
Market comes down, takes it out, pulls back, it comes down again, start messing around over here. But then when market do this, how do you know it's doing that? Let me tell you how. Because you adjusted your weekly line. This weekly line was adjusted over here. So market broke the weekly line. And then you adjusted. On the third touch, boom, the market is going straight through that thing. And then if you look on BTC, we had the weekly line over here. The market came, it broke it, it went and started messing around here. Now, what did I tell you guys a couple of minutes ago? If it goes past this line, it's gonna spike through it and just go to the downside. I told you I have a sell limit on that blue line, and there is a reason for that. That is the reason why I have just explained to you. It's very simple. It's textbook rules. It's not very difficult. It's a simple logic. All you gotta do is look at where the weekly low is. So we know, okay, this is our weekly low. Market came, broke it, we adjusted. The third time it comes to touch it, it's going up. Otherwise, the third option is that we adjust over here, but we keep in mind the head and shoulders. So the other option is market comes down again, touch this line and just continues to the upside. So market come down, touch the head and shoulders and just go up from here. So that's how I got this entry, to be honest. And if you look on the 15 minutes, what happened? The market just spiked through that thing. A bit of retest. I wanted a deeper retest, to be honest. I'm not looking at over here. I'm not looking left at all. I'm just looking at this candle. I was like, okay, maybe we offload on the 50% of it and then continue. But unfortunately, we offloaded on the 30%. Plus, what we used as support was, as resistance was the average of these over here. So if you take this over here, right, you will see we took the average of these orders over here, and now there's no buyers. Look, there's no buyers. Look at the liquidation for shorts, longs liquidation, and look for the shorts, which mean there is more sellers. If you look at FlowX, we have shorts liquidation 15.7 million. We have long liquidation 43.2 million, which means that the sellers are bearish. Plus, if you look at the FlowX, we have the whales are extremely bearish. Everything is bearish. Even the retail and the med, everyone is bearish. By the way, if you want to get this FlowX indicator, join our Discord. You will get it on there for free. You can get all the data from all exchanges, all the orders from all exchanges. We are busy doing something absolutely insane on FlowX. Make sure you have that link. And do you want to drop them the link in the description, Thomas, for everyone that is not on FlowX? It's really good to have it on your side, FlowX, especially if you are trading PTC USD.
100%. But guys, I think we're going to end it there. There isn't really much happening at the moment. So we will update you guys in the Discord. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.